good, y'all? Welcome to part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, make sure you go and check it out. I know the story has been a lot because so much happened, but I'm trying to connect the dots as best as possible, girl. But y'all get the gist of what's going on. But this is gonna be part 2. So to continue with the story. So now at this point, me and T are cool. And I feel like she started feeling some type of way. So me and T had went out one day, and this is kind of what finally made both of us give her the boot, and how we finally started to put the pieces together and figure out that she was really just pitting us against each other, talking behind both of our backs, and really just was making everything be way more than what it was. So now at this point, me and T are cool. So me and T go out, and we had took some pictures. We took some pictures at Forget Me Not, and they were super cute. I had them on my dresser and all that stuff. So both of us bought pictures because this is when we had kind of reunited, and so we was, you know, we was happy, we was glowing, we were happy. That's my girl. So okay, so now at this point, we still don't know all the stuff that is, or we still don't know all the stuff that happened behind the scenes per se. So at this point, this is the next day. So this is the next day after Bill had called me, was like, are you a T, blah blah blah, and seen all the stories that we was posting. So when Bill called me, I just so happened to be driving. So I was driving, and T had just so happened to upload a story to her close friends. So I seen her close friends, and I was like, oh, this is cute, because we had just got back cool, and all the subscribers was asking why we wasn't cool, and all this stuff was going on. And so she posted in her close friends. So I'm on the phone with Belle, and she's on speakerphone while I'm driving. I'm at a stoplight, and I'm just looking through, and I just so happen to see T literally uploaded a post literally 1 minute ago. Literally 1 minute ago. And so here go Belle, she talking, and I was just like, oh, because I had seen what T had posted in her close friends. And so here go Belle, like, what happened? And I was like, T had posted some pictures of us from the restaurant that we went to. And then she was like, let me go look. And so when she said, let me go look, she didn't see it because I guess she wasn't in T's close friends or whatever. But it was completely innocent on T's part. She could kind of tell y'all all of that, but it was innocent on T's part. Like, it's a lot of people that's not in her close friends that she had edited and take out and put in, because I do the same thing. And so I guess at the time, because of everything that was going on, I don't know if she just wasn't in there or whatever was going on. I can't attest to that. But she felt some type of way about that. She felt some type of way about that. And so me and Belle ended up having a back and forth because of her feeling some type of way. And so she ended up unfollowing me and unfollowing T on Instagram because of that. And I'm like, well, you're not entitled to be in nobody's close friends, and I ain't even got nothing to do with that. And so when me and Belle was going back and forth, we just sending these long messages about nothing and all this stuff that I feel like she'd been wanting to say but didn't say to me. And so we going back and forth. She's like, oh, well, I see you got an attitude today. It must be because of something. It must be because of something. I'm not this, I'm not that, blah blah blah. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, what does that have to do with anything that's going on? Like, you're just trying to find something to say, and if you could keep it, you would have an issue with it too. But that's a different story for a different time. So I'm like, okay, like, whatever, girl, like, it is what it is. It is what it is. And so we ended up not talking. So I don't know how she's still seeing, but she's seeing that me and T still kicking it, because whatever it is that you feel, that's on you. Like, I'm not about to entertain that stuff at almost 30 years old. There's no point. So I'm like, well, that's on you. So I ain't caring nothing about it. T ain't caring nothing about it. But even though T is still not knowing that Belle is doing all this stuff behind her back, and I'm not knowing that Belle is doing all this stuff behind my back, because me and T both trying to be loyal to Belle. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to be loyal to Belle. T is advocating for her. So T like, nah, you should talk to her. You should talk to her, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, like, I'm cool. Like, I'm super cool. And T just so happened to be doing my hair that day because we was finna get ready to go out. And Belle just so happened to call my phone. Like, I don't know if T spoke it up or what, but Belle just so happened to call my phone. She called my phone, and she really was like, she called my phone, and I didn't answer because I wasn't trying to. I was just like, nah, like, I'm cool. It had been like way too much weird stuff. My ex with your baby dad telling me she weird. People that's watching my vlogs, that's family, is telling me that she weird, but I'm still advocating for this girl. So at this point, I'm like, nah, they gotta be right. They gotta be right. Sometimes people around you see stuff that you can't see. And so I'm like, nah, like, I'm cool. And so she's like, you know, T, like, I think you should call her back. So I call her back, and she don't answer. I'm like, being weird. And so T like, maybe you should call her again. It's probably like an hour later. So I call her back, and she was like, oh, hey, hold on, I'm doing something, or this, that, like just being weird. I'm just like, girl, okay, whatever. And so me and her ended up having a conversation and kind of hashing it out, but her reasoning for being weird wasn't a good enough reason for me. And even if you was mad at me, this don't have nothing to do with T, and don't nobody have to have you in that close friends. Like, it was just so overly petty. But at the end of the day, now that I'm talking about it, it is just literally all it is the fact that she didn't like that we was cool, and she felt like T was replacing her. That's what this is. She felt like that T was replacing her. That's all. So I feel like she was trying to have other friends and do all this other stuff or make me feel some type of way that I would never feel. I don't feel inferior to no hoe, and I don't care about who you cool with. My relationship with you is my relationship with you. That, like, stuff like that don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, girl, if you knew the amount of not give a fuck that I had, you wouldn't even be doing all this trying to prove yourself or trying to prove a point, because I don't care. So we ended up hashing it out and talking, and so then her and T ended up hashing it out, and we ended up, I guess, being cool from that day forward. So that night she was like, oh, well, y'all look cute. This is what Belle saying while she on FaceTime. She like, y'all look cute, where y'all finna go? And I'm like, oh, well, we finna go to wherever it is that we was finna go to. So we go to wherever it is we finna go to, and she's like, okay, well, I'm about to be on my way. Not you inviting yourself. And when she came, it was just so awkward. It was so awkward. And I feel like she was trying to put herself back in it because she knew that me and T was going to eventually talk about how she was acting. And all the stuff that she did that neither of us knew about, just because I feel like both T and I are just very genuine, and it's just not something to talk about. And we was just trying to be loyal to Belle when she didn't deserve any type of loyalty. So I'm like, all right. So we sitting there at the table, you know, I'm sitting in the middle, T on this side, Belle on the other side, whatever. So Belle's like, I'm finna go to the bathroom. So Belle goes to the bathroom. Man, at this point, I done blocked on everything. I'm a blocker. I'll be block, remove, control, alt, delete, get out of here. Get out of here. You don't need to see what I'm doing, none of that. So I blocked Belle. She goes to the bathroom. I get a text, boom, it's Belle. She like, she sends me a link to her Instagram, and she was like, do it. Meaning follow her back on Instagram, because she had followed me, but I wasn't about to follow her back. I had unblocked her, but I want to go follow her back. And so she was like, do it. What I do? Follow the girl back. Follow her back because I'm thinking everything is worthy. So I follows her back. The weekend after that, my mom comes into town. My mom comes into town, and this is like the week after all of this has happened. She come into town, and me and T just regular, kicking it, cool, and everything is good. We in the club. We had some girl section. And me and T matching that night. Me, T, and my mom actually was matching that night. And Belle was the only one that wasn't matching with us. So Belle was trying to get me to change my outfit the whole night. She was trying to get me to put something else on, but she didn't want that. She like, nah, she didn't want to do none of that. So she like, change your outfit, but T and my mom like, nah, you look cute, you look cute. So all of this is at the house before we got to the club. So anyways, we in the club, me and T over there smoking hookah, we making cute videos. And when I say, if looks could kill, me and T would have been out of there. Belle was cutting her ass something serious the whole night. The next day, me and T drops my mom off at the airport. After that, me and T ended up going to Taste to go out to eat. And that's when every scenario I done told y'all, plus whatever T gotta say, all of it was flat out on the table. Man, y'all, that same night, Belle was being weird. And so I had told her, like, I know my mom here, I don't want to do this right now, so when she leave me and you need to talk. This is before me and T sat at this table and went out to eat after we dropped my mom off and had the conversation about how the night was before, and all of it just came spilling out. All of it. All of the lies, all of the deceit, all the weird stuff. Everything just came out, boom, on the table. All of it. And T was pulling up text messages. I was pulling up voice notes, because what we got to lie for? We were wrong. And once we compared and contrasted, oh, it was over with. It was over with. It was super done and over with. It was done. It was done. She had text, and then here go Belle texting me the next day like, do you still want to talk? And since that day, I left that text on read, and I never talked to her again. I have never talked to her again after that. Never. Never, ever, ever. After that, After that, this is how I'm going to tie Peyton into this whole situation. After that, it was just no contact. It was no contact, none of that. We wasn't friends on social media, nothing. And this is before I changed my number. So the girl whose section we was at a couple of weeks prior had texted me and Belle in a group chat because she had only met T, I think, like one time. She messaged me and Belle in a group chat like, hey, what y'all doing tonight? We should go out. I didn't respond and Belle didn't respond. But what Belle did, she decided to respond outside of the group chat. She responded outside of the group chat and they ended up going out because I seen it on the girl who had the section. We friends on social media. I ended up seeing it on social media. And I was like, oh, so she did end up going out. Whatever. I didn't think nothing of it. Whatever. Probably 2 or 3 weeks after that, the girl that had the section had another gathering. So we goes to the gathering. And that is what made me make this story time. This day, out of all the stuff I told y'all, this incident right here is what made me make this story time. Man, y'all, I had only met the girl who had the section twice. This is probably my third time ever meeting her. And they get to talking about Belle. They get to talking about Belle. Well, no, they weren't talking about Belle. I had asked T, I was like, you think they know? You know, I'm asking, I'm like, you think they know? And I got that liquid courage in me. I'm like, let me know some. I'm like, you think they know? She was like, yeah. And so I went over to the girl and I was like, so, Belle not here? And that's when this girl told me all the stuff that there's no way she would have any recollection or any nothing of knowing. She said, she gonna say, yeah, Belle basically told me that y'all not cool because you only cool with YouTubers and she's not a YouTuber, so she can't be cool with you. And you don't like her because of that. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Man, y'all already know. This is my first time ever being back-to-back, being consistent in about a year and a half. I'm like, I don't even post like that. I don't even post like that. So her being a YouTuber ain't got nothing to do with this. She would always be feeling inferior about you and T are YouTubers. I'm not. You and T are YouTubers. I'm not. So she tried to start a YouTube channel. So Belle tried to start a YouTube channel. And she thought it was going to be easy. Plop, blop, bop. What? Thought it was going to be easy. Nah. 50 views. 1 view. Ho. You ain't even got the personality to be doing anything like that in the first place. But we yet and still, me and T both encouraged her to do it. So that's why I'm like, okay. So she starts up a YouTube channel. She sends us a link or whatever, and this is before we wasn't cool anymore. She ends up sending us a link telling me and T to subscribe to her channel, post her channel, all that stuff. I'm like, you ain't ever posted me or T shit. Ain't no way you sending this thinking that somebody is about to do something. And then on top of that, she sent the YouTube link literally the day after me, her, and T got cool. Like, the day after. I said, this whole crazy. This whole crazy. That's a Libra for you. This whole crazy. I said, ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. So, I'm like, okay. So, she got her little YouTube channel or whatever. But back to the girl that had the section. She's sitting there telling us all of this stuff. She even told this girl, and she had no way of knowing because we're not even cool like that. She started talking about how T had a baby. She started talking about how me and T had a fight in Turks. She started talking about all this stuff that she would have no way of knowing until she talks to Belle. That she was saying stuff that there was no way that she could possibly know that, because I'm not even comfortable enough to tell that to anybody. Let alone her. Let alone the section girl. Like, that don't even make sense. So she's sitting there telling us all type of stuff. She's like, well, you know, me. And so Belle telling section girl, oh, well, yeah, me and Deja are different. You know, we have an age gap. She 2 years older than me. Like, this hoe, I'm like, and that right there is what made me make this video. And then after that, all this whole time, every time she hanging out with me and T, she broke. Me and T been bottles with them, all this stuff. But the whole time she hanging out with me and T, she broke. But the section girl had another event, and I'm only seeing this through the section girl page because me and Belle ain't friends on the internet, and neither is her and T. I'm seeing the section girl post her birthday events or whatever, and Belle was at her birthday event. Mind you, section girl wrote all of us in her group chat saying that it was gonna cost $250 to go to her section or go to her dinner or whatever it is that she was having at the time. So you always broke when you with us, but you paid $250 to go to this dinner. You have to be joking. But you're doing all this after the fact that we ain't cool, so you get it now. Okay, all right. So she posted all of this stuff. She posted all of this stuff, and I'm just like, this is mad. This is mad. Like, I just could not believe it. I just could not believe it. Also, after that, let's get back to Peyton. After we got uncool, and after she doing all this stuff with section girl, talking stuff to the section girl, talking stuff about Peyton, saying all of this stuff, I see a vlog. I see a Peyton vlog, and I see a Belle vlog. You just talked so much stuff about Peyton. You just talked so much stuff about Peyton, but she's in your vlog, and you in her vlog now. But you talking about something when y'all get cool, when me and Peyton get cool, I'm gonna introduce you to her. How? Oh, so y'all magically got cool after the fact that me and you wasn't cool. I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, y'all, I cannot make this up. And let me tell y'all, I know that this story time was all over the place. I know that there's so many parts, so many incidents. There was just so many red flags and so many incidents that I cannot count. There is so much stuff that I left out of this story time. There's so much stuff that I left out just because of a respect factor. Just because of, I could make this so much worse than what it is, but I decided not to. On top of the fact that I remember one time meeting her sister, and her sister referred to me as the YouTube girl. I'm just like, there's so much stuff, y'all, that I just cannot even describe to y'all how crazy it is. And I would be lying if I didn't admit that after this was fresh, that I didn't still want to talk to her. Even like, I still wanted to talk to her. I still wanted to be cool. I still wanted to be friends with her because I felt like we created a bond. I felt like we cried together. We shared a lot of very sentimental moments with each other. I feel like we did all of that stuff. She done met, you know, my mama, all type of everything. Like, I let you be in my space. I let you be in my house. I let you be in my house when I wasn't even here. I helped you move. He helped you move, but do all of this stuff. Even though you was talking stuff about both of us to each other. But you over here talking to all these men that can't help you move a couch? Like, oh my God, y'all. There's so much that I could say. There was a time she was obsessed with some boxer dude that dubbed her after she did whatever she did. Like, it was so much stuff. Like, I literally kept this so super mild. I know T gonna give it to y'all, but I kept this so super mild just because I feel like my relationship with her was completely different. And I promise y'all, I did not want to make this video. I was not even going to make this video, but the incident with you telling someone who I have literally met 3 times in my life my business, and then literally trying to make them not like me and sabotage me and talk about me and say all this stuff about me is literally insane. And I'm just so grateful that my character speaks for itself, because the section girl told me, like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even look at you like that. Like, you don't even give me them type of vibes, and I don't. So I'm like, you're literally over here talking behind my back to girls who don't even know me from a can of paint. You talking stuff behind my back to T. You still up here trying to be cool with some girl you said you're not cool with. You gatekeeping her, if that's what you want to call it. You gatekeeping her. Like, it was just so much, and I just feel so dumb. I feel so dumb and so gullible for ever allowing somebody to be in my space like that, to watch my every move, everything. Like, I even feel like she was trying to make me be her. Like, T has said that to me multiple times. So many people have said that this girl is trying to transform me into a mini her. Like, it was just an awful mess. And I feel like that's why, like, I know y'all be DMing me if you want to hang out and stuff like that, but I'm just traumatized, y'all. There's been girls that I've been friends with for years, since middle school, since high school, that have done me dirt. This is like, and now I'm here, and like, everything is just still the same. Like, you really get real close with somebody, but you realize their true colors when something ain't going their way, or when they feel intimidated. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so messed up to have stuff like that happen to you, and to be around something like that and you don't even know it. Like, I was completely oblivious. Like, Jamel told me that before, my cousin done told me that before, my mama done told me that before. Like, and I feel like she was just around me just to be around me, to be around my energy, to be in a lifestyle that she felt like I had, like all type of stuff. And it's just like, damn, like when is somebody really just gonna fuck with me for me? You know what I'm saying? Shit, niggas and women, like when is somebody just gonna fuck with me for me? You know, and it's just so messed up that something like that could happen. But it was just so many people involved, so many emotions involved, so much stuff involved. And like I said, I know that this is all over the place, but y'all, everything was just kept rushing back and coming to my man. Like it's just a complete awful mess. But I'll say this, unsolicited advice: make sure that you root out the good ones from the bad ones. Who there for you when you down, who there for you when things are good, who there for you when things are bad, who there for you when you're not a consistent friend, who really actually care about you, check on your mental, care about your family, care about things that you care about, and that are actually there to do good by you. Because I at one point did feel like she was there to do good by me, but once so much stuff started happening and you let another woman that you felt like came in and changed how you treated me, that's a no. Because you would do anything. If it literally took just one person for you to stab me in the back, you know what I'm saying? It's just such a mess, and it's so messed up, and it's so unfortunate. But I'm blessed and I'm grateful with the people that are around me now, and I will never be gullible again. So never again for nobody. But I have been talking for like an hour and a half. I have to edit this video so I can get it up for y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if y'all have ever been through something like this, if you've had friends like this. Let me know what you think about this story time. Let me know if you think I was right, if T was wrong, if Belle was wrong, if all of us was wrong, if whatever it is that you think. Comment down below and let me know, and let's talk about it in the comments, because I'm gonna have to write something in the comments too, because it may have been something I forget. But yes, make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.